All right, guys, I'm back. It is a Sunday night. I am shipping out tonight. My employee that ships out all of the shoes on Monday, which Mondays are usually a really big day because it's whatever sells Friday evening, all day Saturday, and all day Sunday. And whatever sells Monday morning, we go ahead and ship out as well. So Mondays are always a really busy day for us. She has jury duty, so and that falls down on me. My business partner, Jeff, is vacationing with his wife in Mexico right now. So that leaves it to me. So I'm up at the office. I'm shipping out. But I figured before I box these up, let me go through. I picked out 20 of them. And I'm just going to go through and show you what sold, what they sold for. And keep an eye out for some of these. But I am going to say this too. The price... just because I priced it at a certain price doesn't mean you should. You could possibly price it higher. You could price it lower. It all depends on your business model. So I just have watched a lot of haul videos, and in my mind, when I'm watching some of them, I'm like, man, they could get more for that. But I have to stop and think about it. I'm not in their business. They are probably have a totally different business model. So just keep that in mind when I'm going over these prices. This is what matches our business model, and we have a reason of why we do things. And I can't explain it all in one video. So just keep that in mind. But saying all of that, Jeff is in Mexico. He'll be back later this week, and then I'm going to be taking a vacation. I'm going to California. I'm going to take 3 days and go to Vegas with my family. And then we're going to go to the Huntington Beach area in California. We're going to stay there for a couple days, and then we're just going to make our way north along the coastline and just take our time. I plan to hit quite a few thrift shops while we're there, and we'll see what I can find. And I'm going to document it on camera. I'm just going to show you guys what I find, and that's if everything goes as planned. So anyways, let's get started with this. First, we have a pair of Old Gringos. Old Gringo boots do well. Keep an eye out for them. And this is the Yippee-Ki-Yay. You can see here, Yippee-Ki-Yay. I also have a badge in here. But anyways, that Yippee-Ki-Yay is not one of their higher end boots. It's just a... It's still a quality made boot, but I think the Yippee-Ki-Yay is not their high end. But anyways, we sold these for $155 plus shipping. So kind of gives you an idea, so. Oh, and another thing on my previous video, my last two videos, I had a strange sound coming through here. I got a lot of complaints saying it was really annoying. They couldn't really even stand to watch the rest of the video. And I didn't notice it when I was uploading it or when I was putting it together. But then after I watched it, and sure enough, there was that noise. So I apologize for that. I will slowly start fixing and perfecting the way I do videos. But it was either that ceiling fan or the chair that I was sitting in. So I turned the fan off. I switched the chair, so let me know if you hear that annoying sound. Anyways, we're back at it. Salvatore Ferragamo. This has a patent leather cap toe here, and it's just your basic Salvatore Ferragamo. These sold for $63 plus shipping. One thing to keep in mind about these is... be careful with the wide width. So double A, triple A, or even quadruple A. 4A, those are going to be a way slower sale. So just keep that in mind when you're buying inventory. You don't want to pay $25 for something that's this style in a 4A, because chances are you might be sitting on it for a year. So these were a B width, medium width, so we didn't sit on those that long. Here we go. We have a pair of Larry Mahan And these are a women's, I believe. It's a women's or men's, I don't know. We have these listed as a women's. And these sold for $35. They're in roughed up shape here. And I could tell by looking at it, this is an elephant skin. You're not supposed to... Elephant, you want to be really careful about. eBay will really knock you on it. So what we do is we just put exotic skin. We don't even list the word elephant. If somebody's looking for it, they can see what it is and then they'll buy it. But we tend to flip these really fast, and we sold these for $35 plus shipping. And this is one that I know I could have sold maybe a little bit more. A half sole was put on, you can see, so it's this one has a lot of miles on it. A pair of Clark ankle boots, and these are men's. These do well. These sold for $30 plus shipping, so we probably could have gotten a little bit more, but I've learned since I've been doing this for a while, you're better off pricing it a little bit cheaper than too high. They're both not good because you're leaving money on the table if you price it too cheap, but if you price it too high, you're going to be sitting on that inventory for a long time until it gets to the point where you're going to have to pull it off your shelf and either cancel the listing and do a sell similar and relist it. So it's going to create more work in the future, so just be careful. So $30 sale plus shipping. Here is one that I don't come across very often, but this brand sells very good. And as long as you can pair it with a nice style, it will do good. But it's called Theory Robotin, and I have no idea if I'm saying that right. But let me see if that camera will focus in on it. But that's the logo right there. So Theory Robotin, and I believe these sold for $65 as well. Let me verify that. $70. These sold for $70 plus shipping. So, a pair of Born. We're all familiar with Born because you could go to the thrift store and see Born all over the place. You want to get trendy styles. You want to stay away from, the Borns that you see all the time. I don't even have any here because I got rid of them. I just started seeing trends. So, there we go. And that reminds me too, you want to pay attention to what's selling. Pay attention to your inventory. Don't just list it and forget it and package it out. You want to analyze it. When something sells, think, when did I buy this item? How long did it sit here for? And how much did it sell for? So you look at all of those things to where when you see that item again, you could think, this style, it only lasted a week and it sold for $30. Next time I come across this, I know that's a hot style. Not necessarily, you could have gotten lucky, but just keep that in mind. Always know what you're doing, know your trade, and you'll be a very powerful reseller. Don't just do it for the money. Really dig in and know what you're doing, and that's where you're going to start making some serious money. So, anyways, we got a pair of Skechers Goga Max. For me to pick this up, I would have to get it really, really cheap, and they would have to be in really good condition. And as you can see, these are brand new. So we picked these up. They were brand new, and they sold for $32. Oh, and the Borns, I forgot to give you a price on those and what those sold for. Those Borns sold for $24 plus shipping. So not a really high-end sale, but if I could pick them up for $2 or $3, I'll throw them through our sales funnel, and those will sell. All right, here we got a pair of Polo Ralph Lauren driving loafer. This is a smaller size. It's a 7D, and when I get a smaller size like that, not all the time, but when I do, depending on the style or whatever, I will price these down a little bit more, rather than being a 12 or a 13. I will also adjust the price on that too. So there's a lot of factors that we figure in when we're pricing our inventory. So these sold for, I cannot find them on my list here, but I believe these sold for right around $30. So plus shipping. Yeah, right under $29 to be exact. So now we are in the, okay, LB Evans. These slippers right here, these are scuffs to where you don't have a back for your heel. So just these scuffs, I picked them up at a thrift store for, I believe, $1. It was either $1 or $2. But these sold for $25. And you're thinking, man, $25, that's not a really big sale. And I agree with you, it's not. But what we're doing right now is we're going to be in the quantity game. So if we could pick stuff up like this for $1 or $2, throw it in our sales funnel, and it could generate a $25 sale, I'm okay with that. Pair of Dansko XPs. I believe these are XPs. Yeah. So Dansko. These are in pretty good shape. A little bit of wear right here on the heel area. These sold for, Danskos are always a really good seller for us. These sold for $33. So probably could have gotten a little bit more out of these. These are in really good shape. But that, maybe not. Now that I'm really looking at these, the heel is actually into that second portion of the heel. So these actually show a lot of wear. So, but the uppers were in really good shape, and that's probably what sold them. So, but whenever you have this, you really want to disclose that in your listing. Take an extra picture of that just so they can see it. Not saying all of our customers look at the description. We all know that. A pair of Dunham. Dunham is a really good seller here. And this is, they do a lot of wide width. They do some narrow width as well. But these are a 14.4E. And looking at that price, these sold for really close to $30. And a lot of the Goodwills in this area, when you pick up sandals, they'll sell them to you for, $1.79 or something like that. But if you go, just keep that in mind when you're at a thrift store, when they have a blanket price for their shoes. When you pick up a pair of sandals, just ask them. Just say, hey, these are sandals. They're not the regular shoe price, are they? And sometimes they'll say, yeah, I'll give them to you for the bin price or something like that. So, a pair of FootJoys. These are the Pro SL. You can see in here. Do I have that upside down? No, I don't. Okay, so Pro SL. And these have the, I thought it was BOA, but I think it's BO, I don't know what this is called. I forgot the name of it. It's late. But anyways, you can open them up, and then when you tighten them up, and golfers really like this. They don't have to worry about laces, and they can get a really tight fit. So, but anyways, these sold for $60 plus shipping. Really good sale there. Here is a pair of Salvatore Ferragamos. Another one, and again, this is a width B, so it's a medium width. These sold for $42. So that is a brand to keep an eye out for. Salvatore Ferragamo. Pair of Hoka. These are just some sandals. Again, at Goodwill, you're picking these up for $1.79. So I don't know about your Goodwill, but a lot of places it's going to be really cheap when you're going in. And these sold for, I believe, $24. Probably could have gotten a little bit more out of those. And this is where you want to pay attention to your inventory. How long did they last? This is not a sandal you come across very often. So whenever I do, I'm more than likely going to jump it up to like $27, maybe even $30. I'll do a little bit more research on these. But you can see here, Hoka right there. All right, pair of Magnanis. These we priced a little bit cheap just because of the condition. There's like a little tear in the leather here. Whenever there's some imperfections, but still a really good brand, we like to just price them low and get them out of here. But we definitely have to disclose anything that's wrong with them. But we still got $33 out of these. Really good brand. You can see a lot of wear on the heel area. But just so everyone can see, Magnani. Horse bit, loafers like that, they do well. A pair of Free People. For all you clothing sellers out there, you know what Free People is, but their shoes do fairly well. Kind of a unique looking sandal ankle boot. I don't know what you would call that. These sold fast for $45. Pair of Puma. And this is the stamped edition right here. Series. Good looking shoe here. These sold for, I don't have these in order. I just randomly pulled some stuff. $42. So, and I do charge for shipping. We don't do the free shipping here. So all of these prices, the customer paid shipping on top of that as well. And I do calculated shipping. So I'm in Fort Worth, Texas. So somebody in Washington State is going to pay more to have the item shipped to them than if I were to sell them here, someone locally. So a pair of Merrill outdoor shoes here. There's a lot of wear right here, and this is something you want to look at. Sometimes you'll see a pair of shoes that's just in mint condition, and you'll notice, if you really look at the shoe, you'll notice sometimes there's quite a bit of wear here that will keep you from buying them. So don't forget to look at that. Also, the inner part of the heel area right here, you definitely want to keep an eye out there. And these sold for $30. Pair of Doc Martens. This is just your average pair. You see a lot of these out there. Nothing special on these. They're not made in England. They're just, I believe these are made in Vietnam. But still quite a bit of demand for them. So pick these up. These usually sell for around $30. Let's see what we sold them for. Yeah, $30 plus shipping. And a pair of Meslin. Come on, camera. You gonna focus on that? There we go. So Meslin, and these are always a really good seller. I believe these sold for $55, maybe a little bit more. $57 plus shipping. And you could see they're kind of like a two-toned, same color, but just different types of leather. So you have your, I'm going to say this is like a polished calf leather up here. And then right here, this is going to be deerskin. It's really, really soft. And a lot of shoe manufacturers do that. One, for the look, and two, whenever somebody's wearing it, this bends really very, very easy. Very soft skin. And I'm hoping that camera can pick it up to where you can kind of get a visual of what that looks like. But it's super soft. And that's deerskin. Not to be confused with, let me see how to say this. I just don't want to butcher it.
Peccary.
Okay, peccary. Peccary is another soft leather. And these didn't sell. I haven't even listed these yet. I just picked these up the other day. And this is the Mareshi brand. Mareshi does a lot of exotic skins, but peccary it's like a small little pig that's in like Central America. But and it feels just like deerskin. And at a visual of it, it almost looks like smooth ostrich. So it can be really, really confusing, but they make a lot of gloves because it's really, really soft skin right here. And I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up or not, but if you look close, you're going to see 3 little tiny holes in a pattern. So it's like 333, and it's just very distinct. I'm going to see if I can get that close to where you guys can see that. But very, very soft leather. The more you wear it, the softer it gets. So a lot of people like this. You just have to be real careful on taking care of it as well. So anyways, peccary. So guys, that's it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do like all of them because I'd be here all night and I got to get to work. I have a lot to do. So if you guys have any questions or any other comments, please let me know if the sound is clear. If you had any of that, hopefully it was just that ceiling fan that fixed the problem. But anyways, I will see you guys on the next video.